What's up, people? Hey, what's up, people? It's Renal Colleagues. Just I'm here to talk about Monday Night Raw. So the night started off with Sheamus claiming that the children are spoiled brats because he gets beat up by Randy Orton. All the fans really loved it, and the feud has actually been very hot. Randy Orton and Sheamus was one of the biggest and great matches, even though it ended in disqualification. I'm pretty surprised that happened. So apparently he goes to one of the fans saying, "Oh, what makes you deserve another ticket, or deserves to make you go there?" So for them to say, "Or have you ever mowed the lawn?" Things like that. I don't know if they were Planet fans or something, but they look like future potential wrestlers for all the children. So that's how the night started off. Later that night, it was the anonymous GM came to announce, it's up to you. He says, that Sheamus will face another opponent, and there'll be a series of matches going on. But the anonymous GM wasn't going to decide. Sheamus was going to decide, and the matches had high potential. I mean, the match with Edge, Edge and R-Truth was great. R-Truth, gets the upper hand in the middle of the match, or Edge gains most of the upper hand, and it was kind of evenly with even potential. Edge competing clean, even though he was a heel. I gotta say, Edge has a potential, because at times he looks like a face, and then there are like other times where, he's like a heel, and, Edge does do heel tactics, and at the same time he does do face tactics. So Edge did get the upper hand early in the match, but it turned out R-Truth somehow turns the match around, and then Edge was able to turn the tables completely at the end. So that's what happened that night. I gotta say the match did have good potential. And Edge addressed that, yeah, Sheamus will be the one getting the title. Edge will claim that to Sheamus that he will win the title and he will be the best opponent for Sheamus. And then Jericho, the match was great. Khali usually got the upper hand halfway through the match. And then Jericho was able to turn the tables to the walls as Jericho made the Giant tap out. And I gotta say, that's a lot of potential for Jericho. I gotta say, Khali's making a great face, playing a great face. But he's like kind of like reminds me of the Big Show. He plays both a heel and a face at various occasions, and he's been a good popular face, a great popular face. And I gotta say, I really like his potential. And Jericho is making great potential, but I want Khali to be the same main eventer as a face. They're pushing the Khali to like some mid card, and he used to be a good main eventer when he was heel. So after that, there was another match, Divas match, Melina and Jillian Hall. I gotta say, I like that match. That match did have a lot of potential. And Jillian Hall did get the upper hand early in the match. Talented, great wrestler. And surfing on Melina, she did some teasing and stuff. But, it was great. Melina, after Jillian misses a leg drop, Melina gains the upper hand. And nails the Krypton. And then Lay Cool pops up on the Titantron like, hey girl. And then she said, they didn't feel bad with what they did. Michelle did, but it was teased. Originally, she felt great about what she did, but Lay Cool said she got a special offer. So I wonder what the offer is. Will Melina join Lay Cool, become the third member, or whatnot? So this is Raw's 900th episode, so Lay Cool will be there. We'll see what happens. So I gotta say, Lay Cool's the same annoying gimmick, but NXT, I gotta say, I really love them on NXT. They've been more supportive and less annoying and stuff. So it's good to see that. Furthermore, after that, the match with the Usos, I gotta say the Usos got the upper hand on Santino Marella, and then after Santino made the tag, Vladimir Kozlov turned the tables. The match was very great. The match had great potential, and I gotta say, I really like the feud. Now they're throwing in a new fresh feud with Santino and Kozlov and the Usos. I really want to see William Regal, Ryder, or Primo feuding with the Hart Dynasty. Because now this whole thing's flipped, because Tamina's starting to like Santino, and she's been protecting Santino from one of his an Uso member. So I gotta say, I want to see how it goes. I don't want Tamina to like start managing Santino and turn on the Usos. This has been a great alliance, but I don't want them to just rip it apart like that. Or they could just use that so Tamina can just break out in a singles competitor. But I really want to see her compete at the same time manage a tag team. I gotta see, a bit more of that. Because Melina managed Nitro as a part-time wrestler. Now she's a full-time wrestler. And officially in singles competition. So they did kind of rip up Eminem. But we see Melina's a great potential and Gail Kim's potential. We heard AJ Lee may be called up. Hopefully we'll see more of her because I know she may go to SmackDown. But I want to see how that's going to draw to LA Cool. But I'll talk more about that later. But moving on, there was another match underway. There was The Miz and John Cena, and before that there was a segment where John Cena was talking about the Miz's ego because he complained about Miz putting WWE at stake because he attacked Daniel Bryan. The Miz kind of turned around. What he said was he didn't have an ego. He claimed that he did not have an ego because if he did have that ego, he would have cashed his Money in the Bank, pinned brutalized Sheamus, who was brutalized by Randy Orton, and he could walk out the WWE champion. And I gotta tell you, man, that is, quite frankly, that was a little bit of a good turnaround for The Miz. He claimed that he didn't have an ego, and I kind of agree with him right there, because he could just cash in, walk out the WWE championship, high and mighty with the United States and WWE champion. But I gotta say, Miz is getting overrated, but it was a good match, good back and forth. I thought The Miz was going to gain a good potential victory, and John Cena was too. But on top of that, Daniel Bryan gets involved. Excuse me, sorry. Daniel Bryan gets John Cena disqualified after attacking The Miz, getting involved in the match, and then Daniel Bryan nails the submission, trying to get revenge. So, unfortunately, we may see a potential Daniel Bryan Miz feud. The feud is actually going very awesome and very good. And I gotta tell you, man, it has been great seeing that potential action, that real potential flow amongst them two. So it's good to see a lot of that, especially with John Cena, pushing back to the same potential. But I don't know if he'll get back to title hunt, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. So moving on, after that whole Daniel Bryan interference, there was the triple threat match with Morrison, DiBiase, and Randy Orton. And I gotta tell you, that match did have some even potential, especially with Maryse appearing ringside with DiBiase. So I think that's kind of a push for her to get out of the title hunt, because she's been on a continuous title hunt. Maryse did have good potential, but she's having more potential with DiBiase. Hopefully she gets back in the title hunt, even though, despite the fact she's not with DiBiase, despite the fact she's with DiBiase, I don't know if we may see more of that, but if Maryse gets back in the title hunt, I don't know how the feud will go with Melina in it. But I don't know. I think Maryse could go to SmackDown. She'll be a great SmackDown roster. But I'll talk more of that. I don't know why I keep saying that. So I gotta say, with the match turned out pretty well. The match had great flow, great potential, and then we see a good even match with John Morrison getting potential, a huge jump outside the ring, and DiBiase trying to turn the tables, got half the upper hand. Randy Orton eventually gets the upper hand at the end, with John Morrison trying to do a cross body, and Randy Orton catches him with the RKO, and that kind of backfired bad, and Randy Orton gains the victory. And I gotta say, Randy Orton has gained some huge potential against mid-card opponents, and the match was very good. Randy Orton will be back in the title hunt sooner than later. But after Sheamus addressed who his opponent will be, he decided now, instead of Night of Champions, which was Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder is constantly jobbing matches a lot. At the same time, has potential, but he constantly jobbing matches. I want his gimmick to drop, his silly woo-woo-woo gimmick. I want him to get another gimmick. It's like very ridiculous now, and it's very silly. That's why he lost in 3 seconds against Sheamus. So after that, Wade Barrett comes out and confronts Sheamus, saying, "Let's announce our truce over," and now he's another threat to the WWE Championship. But with the anonymous GM coming along, he's saying, Wade Barrett's not the only one getting the title opportunity. There's another opponent who deserves it. It's Edge. Another one is Jericho. Another one is John Cena. And the other one is, I forgot this guy. Yeah, Wade Barrett, Edge, Jericho, Cena. And then there's, Edge, Jericho, Cena, Barrett, Sheamus, who's also involved. Oh yeah, Jericho. Oh no, I didn't think I said Jericho, but yeah, there's like it's gonna be a 6-pack challenge with himself involved, and I forgot who the last opponent was, but sorry man, but it's gonna be a great 6-pack challenge. I'll try and remember who once I get back to you, man, and so hopefully the match goes well, man. So it's Renal Khaliq. Hope to see you later. Enjoy yourself, man. Peace.